It's time for our monthly check-in with Oakville Mayor Rob Burton. And earlier this week, the Oakville News headlines read, 2026 draft budget meets 3.5% target. And committee sees path to overall 2% increase. Well, I asked the mayor about that path.
Our path to 2% is based on implementing a stormwater fee, which would take $12 million out of the budget and put it into a dedicated fee. And that fee would then do the job of raising the extra $12 million that we need in order to get to the $24 million that we need to deal with stormwater. And if we leave it in the budget, then the tax increase would not be as nice. And if we shift it into the fee, there's a net gain for the homeowner or the taxpayer, in that the total of the fee and the total of the tax increase at 2% would be less than the 3.5%. And that's the story in a nutshell.
Ultimately, though, the taxpayer, they'll be paying the stormwater fee. It would just be in a different section, though, right?
So the fee would be collected separate from the property tax. The reason it's worth doing is the total of the fee and the 2% property tax would be less than 3.5%.
Okay, well, there you go. I always leave it to you to figure out, the best way possible to get that budget number down. I know it's one of your favorite times of the year. Well, let's talk healthcare here, because Oakville's going to benefit from this. The province is expanding capacity at Halton Healthcare. What is happening at Oakville Trafalgar Memorial Hospital?
Well, the good news is that the shelled-in space, as we've called it for years, that the town of Oakville required Halton Healthcare to do in order to receive our donation that made the hospital possible, has been approved at long last, and it's a little bit overdue. We'll get 111 more beds for our hospital. We should see an immediate improvement in wait times. And the good news is that the work will be done within 18 to 24 months. As people may recall, it took more than a couple of years to build the hospital itself.
No doubt. All right. And finally, there are several Bronte waterfront strategy workshops taking place for phase 2. What happened in phase 1? If we could just do a bit of a recap on that. And what does phase 2 include?
Phase 2 is collecting design ideas to implement the list of desired improvements that we uncovered in phase 1. Phase 1 told us that people want more pedestrian accessibility on the shoreline and leading up to the shoreline, more, public washroom upgrades, accessible launching areas for kayaks and canoes, skating trails of all things, winter festivals, and patios outdoor patios with space heaters. Not a climate change oriented kind of request, but nevertheless, in our winter, you're not sitting outside without some kind of protection. There's the future of the boathouse, the future of Metro Marine Building, Berta Point, Bronte Bluffs Park, Bronte Beach Park, Fisherman's Wharf, and the Bronte Heritage Waterfront Park. So we've got these terrific assets for public enjoyment down in Bronte. They actually have, I would argue, a better waterfront than any other part of town. And there's a widespread belief that we could make it even better than it is.